Hello and welcome to the White Walkers with me, Rebecca Walker, joined as always by Richard Walker.
Hello.
Hello. And I am so sorry that we are ridiculously late with the next video. It was Elsie's second birthday, so we're just going to blame the fact that she's kept
You're just going to blame the baby for your own failings?
I am going to blame the toddler. She's 2, can't really class her as a baby anymore. I'm going to class the toddler as being my downfall in creating this video.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, what have we actually got?
We've got Bamford with a 6-card setup. We've got Theon, Iron Island, Fishmonger, Orkmont, Reaver, Nagga's Ribs, Scouting Vessel, and a Sea Tower. 6-card setup. Amazing.
Nice. And what's Jamie got?
You have the Haunted Forest Scout, 2 cards in Shadows, and a King's Road.
Both pretty nice setups. Bamford's obviously got a bit of an edge with the number of cards he's put out. It means that he gets to draw up more.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost a quarter of the way through his deck.
Yeah. What I actually meant though was, where are we? And like, this is the Mad King's Regional at Aldershot.
Are we? Didn't we explain that in the first video?
We did, but not everyone watches every single video.
No, everyone watches the first video, and then decreasing amount of people watch the video as we go through them, and then we have about 10 people for the final.
But I don't think that's how it works.
It is literally how it works.
Although admittedly, the camera failing in the first video probably didn't help.
They've got quite a few views.
Yeah.
At least 180.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got the Maiden on the left and For the Realm on the right. Bamford.
Bayford?
I was going for Dave and then Bamford in like one go, and it came out of Bayford.
Nothing to do with being your bay.
He is a bay. He's playing Greyjoy, Greensight, and Jamie's playing Night's Watch. Aloof. I think we've covered all the bases there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What does For the Realm do again? I forgot.
For the Realm, it reduces the cost of the first army or stronghold card that you play this round. So if you play, for example, a ranging party, it would be free. If you played the wall, it would be free. And of course, you still get 4 gold from the plot, plus any other econs that he had. So it's essentially, assuming you have an army and a stronghold card, an 8/1/1 plot.
Ah. Is that because of the Aloof as well? Can you remember what Aloof does?
No, that's just 8.
Is that literally just the plot?
Yeah, because it gives a reduction of 4 and it's 4 gold.
Oh,
so
right.
It's essentially an 8 gold plot. I mean, Aloof mean if you had great ranging, it's going to cost 2. Or nothing, because he paid for Great Hall to reduce it by 2. Aloof reduces by 2, and then the plot reduces by 4, so a reduction of 8.
Okay, so that's great ranging it to put out, right?
Yes.
What does it do?
Everything.
Sounds
it does
good.
Everything. Okay, it's 8 cost. It had a military and intrigue icon. It had the army trait, the ranger trait, and the steward trait. It had the keyword assault. It had the keyword intimidate. It had the keyword insight, and it had the keyword no attachment. And it has text. The text says, after you marshal the great ranging, search your deck for the Fist of the First Men, put it into play, and it also has a +1 reserve modifier.
Fuck. Who designed that?
The design team.
Seems a bit much.
It seemed it's a lot of value packed into one card. It's easily the best 8 cost army of all the faction.
Remind me what Fist of the First Men does as well?
Can't remember. I think if you have a higher reserve than your opponent, all your ranger characters cannot be bypassed with stealth and get +1 strength.
Okay, so that's how they synergize and why you would go and get the Fist. Because you've got the.
And the great ranging
reserve.
was the big group of Night's Watch that goes to the Fist of the First Men and make their stand. So I guess it's ironic that Great Ranging is really fucking good card with insight and intimidate and assault, when in fact they just go to the big hill, Fist of the First Men, get battered by the White Walkers and end up crawling back home to Craster's Keep. So, such a great army. But we know we've got a lot of 8 cost armies in recent design team pack, and they're easily the best. Targaryen and Stark didn't get one because they've already got one and they're both garbage compared to all the
I was gonna say, because those, I like the Stark one's pretty shit, really, isn't it?
It's not that bad, really.
Well, it is compared to this monstrosity.
Monstrosity.
Well, I guess the Night's Watch needed something different to, boost them up a bit, right?
I mean, the thing is, it's got everything. It's got
It does
2
seem to have
icons,
everything.
and it's got the Ranger trait, so it synergizes with all the Ranger stuff. So with Jeremy Ricker, the guy that gives Rangers power icon, makes it a Tricon.
Oh shit, yeah.
It does all the Ranger stuff. It also has an Intrigue icon and the Steward trait, so it synergizes with Satin. So when Satin kneels, he can stand the great ranging.
So you could basically just build your entire deck around them.
Yes.
Are they non-unique?
No.
Okay.
They're unique. There was only one great ranging. That's why Jamie knelt Great Hall to pay for the great ranging.
Right, yeah, because I always forget the Great Hall's been redesigned. Is it unique character only now?
It still only reduces unique character like it did before, but the card itself is unique.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
So Bamford playing Gorl Goodbrother.
Gamma Lamford. Getting some very strange names today, Bamford. I'm sorry. Can you remind me what this dude does again?
Gorl Goodbrother. Yes, he is 6 cost 5 strength, military and power. His traits are House Goodbrother and Lord probably. And he has pillage and renown, and he also has text. When an opponent's location would enter the discard pile, stand Gorl Goodbrother.
Ah. I was going to say, I'm sure he does something funky, which is why Bamford's got him in the deck, and that would be the funky thing.
It's not really funky. He's kind of boring.
But he works well with what Bamford's deck's trying to do.
Yeah, he does, because Scouting Vessel increases the amount of cards that can pillage for Gorl Goodbrother. Increasing the amount of targets that might hit the discard pile.
Mm-hmm.
We Do Not Sow. He puts the location in the discard pile. There are quite a few things that can stand him.
Yeah. And we also have a card in Shadows on Bamford's side.
Yes.
I mean, Bamford had a really good opening setup, but I feel like Jamie's board now looks stronger.
Jamie had incredible economy advantage. Like we say, he had 2 gold reduction from his agenda. He had 4 gold reduction from his plot. He played a Great Hall and then got a 2 reduction, so that's a net reduction of 1. He got 4 gold as well. He got the Fist of the First Man and played for 3. And he had a King's Road as well, which he used.
Yeah.
So Jamie used a lot of resources, but that plot is extremely good if you've got a deck that can play multiple strongholds and or armies. So we can guarantee you Jamie's probably playing 3 ranging parties and 3 great ranging, so that's 6 armies, and maybe he's playing the wall, who knows? Or Castle Black, which is a stronghold.
Yeah, so just in that one challenge, he used Assault on the Scouting Vessel. Because he won the challenge, you got to kneel it.
Yes.
He's managed to intimidate Theon. He's got a card for Insight. He's won challenge and he's done alright, hasn't he?
Yeah, and that was with the Haunted Forest Scout, I imagine, yeah? Because he has 3 rangers.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Good pull.
You know a card is good when you're always sad when your opponent gets it.
Yeah. Even Bamford looked a bit like,
Bamford have made a Thrones career out of pretending to look sad when secretly on the inside he cock a hoop.
Well, to be fair, just with that one challenge, he's gone from, what didn't look as good to 3-0 up. But that's what Jamie's lacking here, isn't he? He's lacking the power icons.
Yes. Yeah, and if Bamford had pillaged a location, gold restands, allows him to get another challenge through.
Yeah, would he want to do military though? Like, he's not going to be able to... Would he be able to push it through? Oh, the Forest Scout, are they the ones that can't defend?
Correct. And I think Naive Scout can't defend when there's a card in Shadows as well. So it would have been an unopposed military.
Oh, right, okay. So I guess Bamford was kind of relying a bit on luck there.
Well, not relying, but if it happens, it happens, right?
Yeah. I guess that's better.
But Bamford's well up in the power race.
Yeah. do you want to look at?
No, I'm curious with the inclusion of Naga's ribs. Obviously, it's a tool to win dominance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Davey's running the core air and damp hair
Okay.
to resurrect some Ironborn. I might have made that up actually. I don't know if that's actually a thing or whether
I know one
have...
card that he plays that is related to Naga's ribs.
Yeah,
do you
what's
want me
that?
to tell you it now, or do you know
What?
if it comes out?
Vince.
No. He uses is it Feast for Crows, the dominance one?
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Synergy. I mean, there are a few Ironborn characters that he can resurrect with damp hair.
Mm-hmm.
Late summer feast for Bamford. For the realm again for Parsons.
Why not?
So what do you think?
About what?
The plots. Are you
Oh.
shocked, surprised, excited, amazed, sad, angry?
Well, I guess Late Summer Feast implies that Bamford's got something big he wants to play out, and kind of the same for Jamie, really. If he's playing that plot, he's got something big he wants to put out. Oh, we've got Greensight here. Vince for Bamford, is he going to let him take it? I can't quite tell what Jamie's is. This one here.
It looks like protectors of the realm, perhaps.
What's that?
They have X strength, a 5-cost X strength, military power, and their strength is your reserve value.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess if Jamie's got like fists.
Which would be 7.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a ranging party, isn't it, that gives them the extra.
Great ranging, yeah.
Great ranging, yeah.
So Night Flyered, the Great Hall, that was Dave's card in the shadows.
Ah.
A good option to Night Flyer, I'll be honest. So we have King of the Isles, Asher Greyjoy. So Asher Greyjoy, she's 6 for 5, military power. She is Ironborn, a lady, and she might even be a raider, but I'm not sure. But she has pillage, and she has stealth. And I think she gives all of that unique Ironborn stealth.
Okay.
Of
Gold
which
is now king.
the King of Salty Rock.
Yeah.
That's good. So whenever a location or attachment is pillaged, gold will gain more power. Very nice.
Don't know if Jamie's running any attachments in his deck. We're not seeing any yet, have we?
No, we know he's running some location. But quite how many locations he might run. Often you'll find when you see Ranger-centric Night's Watch deck, you don't see too many locations. Generally just Econ.
Like what he's just played.
Yes. So Ash and Theon have stealth now. That's going to be handy for pushing through challenges. Or at least it would be. Certainly won't be military challenges, but I think the power challenges at the moment will go unopposed.
Yeah, Jamie's still struggling for power. He's just got that one power icon, isn't he?
Yeah, now he's got Maester Mullen.
Oh, is that what it is? You know what, right? From this angle, I looked at that card and I was like, fuck me, it's Dumbledore and his wand.
Dumbledore and his wand, wow! Harry Potter LCG announced.
I know, I was like, it looks a lot like Dumbledore. But,
yeah, and of course Dumbledore would be a Night's Watch. A Night's Watch character, wouldn't he?
Sure, yeah.
Surrounded in a castle full of men, no women. You know, he's just a crusty old man.
Be nice about Dumbledore.
Wasn't Dumbledore a moron?
No. I still have fond memories. I know there's stuff that's come out since, but I have fond memories from as a child reading Harry Potter and enjoying it. Just let me...
I thought you were going to say I have fond memories of Dumbledore and his benevolent ways.
I thought you were going to say of Dumbledore and his benevolent wand for a moment then.
I'm not sure how benevolent his wand was.
So Jamie's using, I'm assuming Mullin to say that gold can't do power. Is that his ability?
Possible, yeah. Yep. So you kneel Mullen and say, yeah, choose a character. That character cannot attack in this challenge.
Yeah, see, Harry said that he can't do a power.
Can you remember in which country they speak Dutch?
Oh, fuck off.
Just carrying on the theme from the last video.
Why are you so mean to me?
What are you whispering to me?
It's the Netherlands.
The Netherlands, correct. So it is true. People can learn from their mistakes.
Oh, fuck off.
Significant mistakes. So, well done, Rebecca. You passed the test.
Thank you, Richard.
So it looks like Dave is doing a challenge here.
He's doing a military. He's stealthing someone, but he keeps pointing to random people, so...
Well, he does have 2 instances of stealth, so maybe there are double stealthing.
Yeah, but I felt like he... I don't know, maybe he pointed to the same 2 people. I felt like he pointed to someone else as well.
It's interesting that he chooses, of course, military, because Eamon will try to negate the claim. So unless he has... so this is an interesting addition. I think it works well for Jamie. Knowing that he got an on-demand grab Fist of the First Men, which is a 2-cost location. He had the Shadow Ranger, the Forest Patrol. You can put them into play for free. They're only a military icon with 6 strength, but you can put them into play for free if you nail a Night's Watch location.
Okay, yeah. And I guess you don't have to nail the Fist otherwise, do you?
No.
So it's a good one to be using with these Shadows cards.
Agreed.
So Jamie's turn for challenges. In an intrigue, assaulting the scouting vessel. And that is going through unopposed. Bamford's board is knelt out, so makes things a bit easier. But again, the problem that Jamie's got here is that he can't do a power challenge.
Now this is interesting. I didn't see this event. King's Moot.
Oh,
so after you win Dominant, each unique Greyjoy character you control gains a power.
Oh,
very nice. And he does have 3 unique Greyjoy characters. And when Bamford, if he had 1 dominant and paid 2 gold, which he does have, he could have triggered the King's Moot and gained a power on Gold, Theon, and Asher.
More reasons to have Nagas ribs.
Yes, you know what? I played Dave in the first round of this, and I think I got to 14 power. It was a long slog, but I feel like Dave could have won earlier. But he was respecting the possibility that I was running Valar Morghulis, so he played cautiously. And it was a fairly tight game, but I didn't see some of these cards. I really like that he's running King's Moot. It makes my respect for the deck much higher.
Any particular reason?
Well, yeah, it's King's Moot, and you don't ever see that in a competitive deck.
True.
So, yeah, big respect for that. I like it.
Well done, Bamford. You have earned Richard's respect. It's only taken you, 7 years that we got there?
It's temporary.
Oh, is it?
My respect is a fleeting thing.
Isn't Bamford the first person that you ever played Thrones with?
Yeah. Yeah, he came round to our house at Stagshaw and played first edition with me.
Yeah.
What a nice man. He was, very...
He was, but now he's shit.
Now he's a wanker. No, yeah, he made the journey to my house, which would have taken him at least half an hour from where he was. I think he was in Brickstock. Just to come and play a couple of games of first edition and potentially get a new player into the game at a time when the game was announced to be dying and rebooting to second edition. So definitely, we wouldn't be playing Thrones for the last 7 years and doing videos if it wasn't for Dave coming around and playing and getting us a little bit more invested into the game.
There you go. High praise, Dave.
But you're still a wanker. So something been vinced. I think that was Maester Aemon.
It was, yeah.
And we have Valar Morghulis. We have Arisen on Gold.
Yeah, isn't Risen only for non-plot phase now?
No, it's Iron Mines.
Ah, yeah.
Iron Mines. Risen can be used any time.
I knew one of them was because I remember being in a tournament or playing a game and I had an Iron Mines, so I wasn't worried about Valar M. And then I realised that they've been redesigned, so they no longer worked in the plot phase. So I was like, cool, I've got Iron Mines. So I'm like, no, can't use that, mate. I was
sorry.
Like, shit.
So it's worth pointing out then that the synergy we mentioned earlier with Nagged Ribbed and potentially Aaron Damphair, Dave now has Theon and Asher in the dead pile, both Ironborn, both able to be resurrected if he wins dominance.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So that is a potential line that he can use later.
Mm-hmm.
He only has one card in hand. I guess he felt like he didn't have time to play a draw plot, which probably fair because the size of James' board was huge. Lots of intrigue icon, can't protect his hand very well with no intrigue icons on the board.
Yeah, and while he's got a Risen in hand, he probably just wanted to make sure he could use it.
And a Vint to cancel Maester Aemon, who would have saved the Great Ranging. That one Maester saved the entire fucking army.
A very good Maester. Yeah, and Dave there cancelled the Northern Armoury? No, not Northern Armoury, that's a start card. The money getting one.
The Underground Vault.
Oh yeah, I was totally close with the name then. The Underground Vault. So,
yeah, so Muir cancelled it. Just to, tighten the noose.
Yeah, just makes it a bit harder for Jamie to come back. Because at the end of the day, Bamford has 2 characters on the board. And it's going to be a little bit harder for Jamie to get 2 out.
So we have Vindictive Ranger. Dave refamiliarising himself with the card. And I think, I'm not really clear on the wording, but it goes along the lines of after you lose the challenge, it gets stealth and an icon maybe.
Okay.
Something like that. It's much better than you might think it is, considering it doesn't really see any play. But I think it's not a bad card.
I guess there were just so many other better cards. You know what I mean? Like in core set, you'd had like the Bastard in Hiding, and it was like just 2 gold, and you got 2 icons, 2 strength, and it didn't do anything. But if you suggested a card like that now, like to the design team, everyone would be like, "Well, that's boring. It's never going to see played. It doesn't do anything." And everyone expects things to do stuff.
It's not exciting. The top. So in this tournament, the top 4, there were a couple of Greyjoy decks, and I like how different they all were. We had like one that was crossing and had lots of good stuff cards in. We had this one with Kingsmoot, Naggers Ribbed, and we also had mine, which ran cards like Coastal Reaver. All 3 very different Greyjoy decks. That's quite cool to see, really, considering if Greyjoy hadn't have got restricted, there'd just be like Greyjoy fealties everywhere.
Is this your way of trying to support the restricted lists that come out?
No, so these videos are outdated because they're the new restricted list, and this is the old restricted list. So just to clarify, so these videos are out of date really, but that's Rebecca's fault for not getting them all done within 2 days. I'm getting glared at. She's about to thrust some scissors.
Oh, boom!
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Jamie just did that.
Look how Jamie's leaning back.
He's like, fucking got him.
He really fucking got him, didn't he? I mean,
nice.
you might have guessed that was a forest patrol.
Oh, I like that. I like how he just sat back, arms folded, yeah, got him. Leave the card on the table for just a little bit longer than needed, just so everyone can see what he's just done.
That was good.
That was good. That's a good hit, Jamie. Well done.
Jamie must feel very happy.
Yeah.
I
Back
would
in the
feel
game.
very happy because if I was Jamie, I'd just been Ballard. However, my board is better now. I might still be losing in the power race, but my board is better now.
It's the little victories as well, isn't it? It's like when you feel like you've been on the backhand and then you get something like that, you're like, hell yeah. Oh, who was that? Do you remember that game where someone went all in with all their start characters to win the game? And
yes.
Then someone played this and just
yes.
destroyed. Was it the whole? Because it kills everyone, right?
Yes. Do you remember it? It was in Reading.
Was it that girl?
Yes. It was Mikey Bone. You know who the fuck is Mikey Bone. It was Mikey Bone against this Heather. So Heather's a new girl who was playing, and she had this massive fucking start board.
Yeah.
She had King Rob's Host, that 8-cost army, She had loads of power on the board. She was on like 13 power, and she goes all in military to get that extra 2 power on the host because there was a war plot. All in military, and everyone's like, and then all of a sudden, Mikey Bone just slammed down Watchers on the Wall, and everyone's like, frantically searching the board to see if there's a Bran. You know, there's no Bran, and everyone just looks at Heather, and the colour just drains from her face.
I don't think I ever saw her again.
The shine of victory taken away, and at that moment we saw her soul leave her body. That was an incredible scene.
That was yeah, and that was bloody ages ago. That must have been like right near the beginning because Mikey's not played for ages and ages.
2017, 2016. Yeah, Mikey did 2 things in Thrones before he fucked off and left, and that was like, Mikey was terrible.
He was so bad.
He would concede turn 2 if he just drew some bad cards. Like, he was bad.
He would sit down opposite me and almost rage quit like turn 1 because he's like, oh, I always lose to you, and he'd just feel like be so cross. And then if I did anything remotely good, he'd just quit.
Yeah, he'd feel like, no, this is insurmountable. I cannot win.
Yeah.
So Mikey somehow, despite this,
go on.
won a store champ of 30 players, 30 good players. So he didn't. I don't think he kinged the Swiss. I think I kinged the Swiss that day, and then I got knocked out, and Isian and Mikey Bone played in the final, and Mikey somehow won. Like, you know, and I remember telling a friend, I think it's Daniel Kay, he's like, who won the regional? And I was like, oh, Mikey Bone. He's like, who the fuck is Mikey Bone? Like, no one had even heard of him. And then, of course, in the same store champ, season, I think he played Heather and did that with Night's Watch. So
yeah.
And then he disappeared forever.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
I'm pretty sure he's still alive. I think he just moved on to
I deleted him on Facebook, so, you know, because you stop playing Thrones, that's it, you're out.
Sorry, guys. We stopped playing Thrones for like a year.
Yeah, so I deleted everyone. I think I had about 200 Thrones people on Facebook, and I went down to about 20, just because I thought, you know what, none of these people are ever going to talk to me again because I'm not playing Thrones anymore.
And then you started playing Thrones again.
And then I started playing Thrones again.
And now you're feeling guilty because people are trying to talk to you and they're like, oh, Richard's no longer my friend.
I have had a few comments saying, oh, I thought we were friends on Facebook, but apparently we're not. And then they send me a friend request.
And then you're like, damn it.
I'm going to have to delete them again when it goes quiet.
You're so antisocial.
I'm kidding, I'm joking. I'm not that much of a knobhead.
I mean, it is literally something that you've done on multiple occasions where your mum's random friends, like,
you know what? She sent me a friend request again yesterday.
Fiona?
Yeah.
Me too!
Yeah. Except she's done this thing where her surname has been spelt backwards.
Ah, is that what it is?
Yeah,
I
so
didn't think like I don't know that name.
her surname is Powell, and now it's Leewop. So I'm thinking, who the fuck is Fiona Leewop? And then I realised, I was like, oh god, not again. So now what I do is I accept it and delete it straight away. You know what I mean? So at least she stopped friend requesting me.
Yeah,
and she thinks we're friends,
but
then we're not.
When you accept it though, like knowing the kind of person she is, she's going to be trying to go onto your profile and look at all your pictures and shit. And then she'll be like, oh, I can't see anything.
Yeah, but she can't send me another friend request straight away, can she? Even she's not that brazen.
I don't know, she sent you quite a few now, hasn't she?
At least 6.
We've not discussed this game whatsoever, but nothing's actually seems to have changed. Has anything happened?
Not really. I mean, Bamford played a Feast for Crows. I think James had played Close Call, although I'm not entirely clear on it if it is Close Call.
Yeah, I think it was Close Call. But I can't remember who he Close Called now.
Whoever's on top of his discard pile, maybe?
It must be the Great Ranging.
Might be.
Because like you can see the little modifier at the bottom. So I'm assuming it's ranging.
Ah, that's his dead pile and discard. Yeah, so Great Ranging. So Jamie had a problem. It seems he's had a problem most of the game with power icons. So I'm suspecting Jeremy Ricker is probably an integral 3 of part of the deck to give a lot of these characters the power icon. And Dave, well, he played an Orc Monteriva with the King of Salt and Rock attachment.
Who have we got? Oh, we've got a power icon.
So yeah, Jamie played the Protector of the Realm. Is that it? Defender of the Wall, Protector of the Guard, Protector of the Realm, Protector of the Wall, Defender of the Guard, whatever they're called, and the Lock Ranger.
You know what? I genuinely thought you were naming 2 different cards then. I was like, oh, these names are very similar.
I've named...
But then all of the Night's Watch cards are
I did
very
like
similar.
5 different combinations.
I know, it's when you kept going, I was like, is he still naming the same 2 cards?
The Ultimate Reaver does the thing. Oh, there's Jeremy Ricker.
Yeah, that was a bit of a cross arm.
Oh no, it was a bit of a grumpy.
That's the thing though, isn't it? It's like, even though his board has looked better through pretty much the whole of this game, his icon spread, his power icons especially, are so thin on the ground. And when you've got stealth on Greyjoy... Oh, what's that? We don't know so.
Yeah, we do not so on the econ.
Oh, cheap.
Yeah, so Bamford's still accruing power by virtue of having intrigue and power icon, where Jamie's board is predominantly military.
Can Jamie come back with a power now though?
Oh, right, so Vindictive Ranger triggers.
Yeah.
I think he might have been a bit late, but Dave let him take it. So he's taken an intrigue icon.
Is it a reaction to losing a challenge?
I believe so.
Okay. What's Dave doing here?
He's looking at Jamie's discard pile.
Do you reckon he's trying to work out if he's got any more the ranging Rangers neely thing killers?
What was on the wall?
Yeah, that's what I'm after.
Probably not at this stage because he can't do a military challenge.
Okay.
He's probably counting the number of cards to see if Ultimate Reaver has stealth, which I think he does because he already stealthed the Protectors of the Realm.
Oh, right, okay.
So you have an intrigue. He's going to get rid of Bamford's last card, which is Gorwald.
He's dead anyway, isn't he?
That just got moved to the dead pile. Why did that get moved to the dead pile?
Nagus Ribs?
Yep. That Bamford counting his total for Dom. Looked like he had 6 characters in the dead pile there. That will be 12 plus his gold. Here's a hand coming to look at Nagus Ribs. Do you know who the hand is?
Lots of tattoos. So...
Could be anyone. Peel.
Adam or...
I think it's Peel.
Oh, it's Peel. You know what, it is Peel as well. Because I remember because I was stood here watching it, I think.
Yeah, Tom Peel's made quite a few tournaments this season, you know.
Yeah, he got back into
playing
it,
a bit more.
Oh, where did he come from?
Magic.
I didn't even see a card in Shadows. I guess it must have been, but...
That sneaky Dave.
And then the military. So Jamie's getting all of his challenges through.
You've got Vince, just so he can stop the unopposed.
Yeah.
Jamie's not going to win dominance. That will be Bamford.
That's a nice big jump for him.
Yep. So 11 to 4. And it looks like Dave's been struggling a little bit in the last round or two, but he's still accruing more power than James is.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what the plots are now. Heads
Oh.
on spikes. Muster the Realm.
Remind me of Muster the Realm again?
It gives you increased claim when you attack with an army,
Okay.
which I don't think Jamie has at this stage.
Maybe he's got one in hand.
Well, there's an Aemon. He's now dead.
Bamford's like really just jumped in this last round, hasn't he?
Yeah, we've got 2 for Heads on Spike, 2 for Feast from Crow, 1 from Dominance. That was 5.
Yeah.
Hasn't got any power on his Ultimate Reaver yet.
And he's just turned over another one. He's going to take it.
I mean, why not? It's a Bicon with stealth
Well, Jamie
And-
had Watchers, I think.
and pillage, which means you've got 2 pillages there and a scouting vessel. And when you have the King of Salt and Rock, that can get you power for discarding a location. That's potentially pillaging 4 cards, the chance of a location is good there. So a power from the attachment, and then if you can win the power challenge. This Vindictive Ranger at the bottom here shouldn't have his little icon. I'm sure they'll remember that soon.
Yeah. The Reavers, so they got stealth?
They do when there's more than 10 cards in your opponent's discard pile.
Which there is.
Hence why it's important to count them.
So they can just stealth the power icons and that's it, right?
Yes, basically. Could it be unopposed and power claim?
Yeah.
Is that John Tron with the 3 icon? Yeah, I think this is game over.
Stealth. It's weird because like at the beginning of the last round you wouldn't have thought it was going to end so quickly, and then it's suddenly like, cool, done, thanks.
Little chuds with stealth. And Bamford really struggled for cards really at the last couple of rounds, but managed to close it out. Yeah,
I feel like Bamford's deck didn't quite do what it was meant to do, and obviously Jamie was unhappy not having that card on the board to help with the power situation. So I'm not sure that this game fully showed off their decks.
No.
But maybe we'll see one or both of them again at some point going forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.